Good morning. Only the one match yesterday, and the only way in was that lay the draw second half. Needs must for Chelsea. Find themselves fourth now. So motivation was to break into the Champions League places with a win. Was that enough motivation for you to lay that draw second half? London Derby didn't make any great appeal to me at all. Do bear in mind the odds,
This
leaning
event will
towards
start in 1 minute.
Chelsea. Let's have a look onto today, and I'm going to try to stay up today because I need to make some dosh, and I think it's a reasonably readable coupon. It's all about the Champions League for the three Côte d'Azur sides in French League 1. Bonjour, Monaco, Marseille, Nice, all Côte d'Azur. Nice with a win, go to 50 points. If they win by 2 clear goals, they'll be equal with Monaco for that Champions League spot. So again, like Chelsea yesterday, there is a motivating factor for Nice to get into that Champions League place. Is that enough for you to trust them to get a goal if there is no goal at halftime? Nantes, only 3 points above the relegation zone, and the magical 30-point barrier awaits with a win. So immediately, Nice and Nantes is a reasonable match to expect a competitive affair. Expect the need for 3 points, lay that late draw, or lay the draw second half. It's really taken off recently, these second half goals with 0-0s at half time, particularly in highly motivated matches. So that's a real good factor to take in to April for you. Augsburg and Bayern Munich. Well, I'd be a little bit wary if I was Bayern Munich, because Augsburg have been putting together a pretty decent run of late. I'm still not wholly taken or convinced that Vincent Kompany's a good fit, but we will see. You never know in these kind of teams who are going to finish first or second. You can never gauge the manager, can you? So this is what we're seeing from Augsburg since the 15th of January. It's been a magnificent defensive display. It does hint a little bit at a new manager change around there to there. You've seen conceding 8 goals in 3, and then suddenly 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 clean sheets. Wow. 7 clean sheets. So it's 6 clean sheets in the last 7 matches for Augsburg. So this, for me, it's going to be a tricky encounter for Bayern Munich, notably conceding 2 goals against St. Pauli as well. Could suggest that Augsburg might do something.
This event will start in 1 minute.
Notably for Augsburg, they've failed to score in 2 of the last 3 home matches. So I foresee a bit of a sticky evening for Bayern Munich. Note they both teams have scored in each of the last 4 matches, with the likes of Bochum scoring 3 against Bayern, St. Pauli scoring 2. Is all whether Augsburg have that key motivator to get them to score 2+ goals. It's not a norm for Augsburg. Notably, they will go into the 40-point barrier, 42 points. Notably, Leipzig are in that Conference League place. So this is a must-win for Augsburg. For Bayern Munich, it's well, be okay if we win, not too panicky if we don't. But we will see. You've seen the vulnerabilities against the relegation-threatened sides. This is a side in far better nick. Those odds are far too short for me this evening. We will see how this progresses. Don't forget, there is a possibility of Champions League football upcoming next week as well. So the likes of Bayern Munich, if they're involved in the Champions League next week, could be a potential banana skin away to a very solid side. So I foresee all sorts of bother here today. I would even consider laying Bayern if they score the first goal, given Augsburg's 6 clean sheets in 7 matches. So take note of these 4 sides: Arsenal, Real Madrid, Bayern Munich, Inter Milan. because if they're playing this weekend and they're away from home, they might be vulnerable. Similar story, Paris Saint-Germain, Aston Villa, Barcelona and Dortmund. It's a very select group. And then we've got the Europa League. Bodo Glimt, Norwegian season just begun. Spuds, Rangers, that's going to be a tricky encounter. Atletico Bilbao are a tough nut to crack. I would expect the Spaniards to do the business there. So watch out for this upcoming Champions League. Away from home against an informed side, keeping 6 clean sheets in 7. Far too short. Better laying Bayern Munich if they lead. I think it could be a very interesting match. But as ever, when you've got the likes of Harry Kane up front, he can unlock a match unlike any other. Genoa and Udinese, probably best to have a look at this. 2.5
This
the
event will
favourite.
start in 1 minute.
What is the motivation for Genoa and Udinese? First port of call will be the standings. We need to see motivation in April. Udinese, 40 points. They're increasingly adrift of the top 6, 12 points. And with all those W's with teams above them, I think Udinese season is starting to frizzle out. Genoa at home. Where are Genoa? Mid-table mediocrity as well. 23 points. The bottom 3 are so poor that there's no alarm bells ringing for Genoa and Udinese. Are they motivated? 12 points and 17 points away from European football. It's just got a feel of an end-of-season affair this early on. Not looking over their shoulders and got no carrot to bring them to European football. Genoa have been a very tough nut to crack. Juventus, Inter Milan, Fiorentina, Roma, all away defeats. Napoli, and then Fiorentina again. So it takes a big, big side to beat Genoa. Advantage them on that. Udinese far better at home than they are away, as you can quite clearly see. Working defensively as well, a bit like Augsburg. 3 clean sheets in the last 6 matches. Clearly defensively taken there. That's no great shame.
This market is now in play.
Inter Milan and a draw against Lazio. So this could be a competitive affair. No wonder it's 2.5 the favourite. It's difficult to find a strength or weakness greater than the opponents. Unbeaten Genoa. Well, only the 1 defeat against the top, against ninth and lower at home, but a series of draws against mid-table sides. And a 2-0 win against Udinese last head-to-head. Udinese splatters of form. Fiorentina, Parma. Haven't scored that second goal against the top 14 regularly enough, just on that one occasion. It's a typical 2.5 the favourite. I've got no readability skills here. I can't read this one too clearly. This one, huge motivation. Informed side, readability, tough encounter, I suspect. This one, nothing there. Heerenveen and Willemsveen. Heerenveen find themselves in 11th with the European places 32 points. So it's well within their grasp. Just the one remaining Conference League place for Heerenveen. A side as small as them, that could be a real booster to the coffers. So huge motivation for Heerenveen to actually go into that final place. See the gap between 8th and 7th suggests this is the only remaining European place. So plenty to get Heerenveen excited. As to Willemsveen, where do they find themselves? They're in the relegation playoff place, where they'd like to stay if they can't get out. But they've got an opportunity to close the gap on Sparta Rotterdam and PEC Zwolle with a win today to take them to 27 points, within striking distance of these two with another win. So 30 points is, as ever, the goal. So plenty going on with these two today. So watch out. Willemsveen got plenty to interest them. Rayo Vallecano and Espanyol. Well, let's have a look at the research at Football Trading Profits. We've also got, well, we can have a look at Blackburn and Middlesbrough as well. This will be promotion playoff. So it's a promotion playoff 6-pointer. So with that in mind, we would be looking at laying that late draw, wouldn't we? What I like about this research is the key stats area. Just give you something to home in on. Conceding the first goal in the last 6. Question, what was the results at full time? Because you could potentially trade if they're not losing despite conceding the first goal. Middlesbrough, third best defensive record in the league. That's interested me because they were very defensive initially. Looks as if for both teams to score potential as well with that. So this is how I would use the research. And it does give you some predictions for under 2.5 goals. Tends to keep games low scoring for Blackburn. It is it's a promotion 6-pointer, so it could be a tight affair. We've seen a lot of 0-0, 1-0s, haven't we, recently? Both teams to score, possibilities, and a goal before half-time. Rayo Vallecano and Espanyol. Let's have a look at the motivating factor there. So this is a more in-depth research I do for members of Football Trading Profits. Head-to-head, Espanyol 2-1 in the last head-to-head. Rayo Vallecano have been in a bit of form, I thought. Scored in 13 of the last 14 at home. So I do expect a goal from them, but they've conceded in 12 of the last 14. So both teams to score is a possibility for Rayo Vallecano, who are more leaky at home than away. Espanyol, though, have lost all away, 8 away league games in which they've conceded the first goal. So the important tactic for them is to score first, just mentally. Conceded at least 1 goal in 13 of the 15 away. So we've got the possibilities with Espanyol for them to concede. Castellón and Albacete. Don't know the league that well. So the first stop-off point will be the standings. Motivating factor. We've got an odds-on home favourite, which always piques the interest. So let's have a look. Castellón, 17th. They're some 5 points above the relegation zone. And it's a generous relegation zone, so they better be a little careful. But it looks as if Eldenza are the only real threat to Castellón. But it would be nice for them to add another 3-point buffer just to make things look a little more worrisome for Eldenza. Castellón playing Albacete today. Where are Albacete? 9th place on 46 points. With top 6 on 54. It's very gettable. 49 with a win today. They're on a run of 3 wins in 4 matches. So if we're looking at ultra recent form, solidly with Albacete. But the markets with Castellón. So very interesting indeed. Putting together a real go. Scoring 2+ goals as well, Albacete. So I'm not sure why they're not favourite, but we'll see how that one unpacks. It's Friday, so it means it's Irish Day. So let's just have a look through the leagues, at the peripheral leagues. I think I'll hope to stay up this evening. It looks very interesting. We've got Sturm Graz against Rapid Vienna, 2.25. But it would be Ireland, I think, would be more interested in. Republic of Ireland. Jupiler League, Mechelen are playing Dender, newly promoted Dender. That might give us some angles in. And do check out these second tiers as well at this stage of the season, because you might find some motivating factors there. Okay, that's what I would do. If there's enough liquidity, I know these were from the Jupiler League, but if there's enough liquidity and there's a backstory, i.e. a win will take you into the playoffs, etc., the second tiers are well worth your attention this April. HNL 1 League in Croatia. I don't think I'll be interested in that. Danish Super League. Randers against Midtjylland. These are the championship sides meeting each other. This relegation group and second division normally expecting goals in the Danish First Division, so I would certainly be interested in the 6 o'clocks from a neutral goals perspective. Premier League 2, talking of goals, and the Professional Development League, we haven't mentioned them for a while, but you know the relationship between those leagues in goals. 7 o'clock and afternoon kickoffs there could be ones to plunder. Moving our way down, French League 2 becoming interesting. As I've mentioned to you before, that Belgians, keep an eye on these second tiers because there's stories. Paris FC with a win could potentially equal points with Lorient at top and get an automatic promotion spot. So the top three hugely motivated, particularly the top two, to stay in automatic promotion spots. Third and fourth to try to break in. Paris FC, the only realistic threat to the top two. Watch out for Guingamp and Dunkirk, particularly Dunkirk. 3 consecutive defeats now. We've got Laval and Bastia smelling blood with that promotion quarter-final place. Only 5 places available, so it's the likes of 6th and 7th, and indeed Dunkirk must start picking the W's up. Even as far down as Nancy, if Dunkirk lose again, Nancy with a win go to 43, they're within striking distance again. And at the bottom, Martigues, Senna down, they're your collect 3 points from, I think. Clermont were in the French League. What a fall from grace, but a win takes him to 30 points, and that's important for the survival. So French League 2, very much one to have on your side this evening at 7 o'clock. That's why I'm slowly persuading myself to stay up this evening. It does look like a very compelling coupon with plenty of opportunity. Bundesliga 2 as well is getting busier and busier. So the best way to look at that is just look at the individual match and then go to the standings, and that will highlight the teams and where they are. So look at this for Paderborn. A win takes Paderborn into the promotion. Well, there are 3 promotion spots. This must be a promotion playoff, is it? I'm not sure, but only 3 places available. So this becomes a must-win territory for Paderborn. 48 points. Got to get one over Kaiserslautern today. Braunschweig, a win takes them to 27 points. They still will remain bottom, but they will bring Poison Monster into the equation. They are safe at with this relegation playoff place. They'll have another swing of the bat if they stay there, but they must win, with Ulm breathing down the nets and Ulm winning their last match. Wow. Karlsruhe and Hanover. Let's have a look at these two. So Bundesliga 2, all these second tiers, have them in mind in April because there's plenty of stories. Look at this for Hanover. A win takes them to 46 and they will go top 3. Karlsruhe break into the 40-point barrier and have a tilt at the top 3. It's only 6 points away if they get the win today. So more motivator for Hanover than for Karlsruhe, and indeed more motivation. Well, motivation equally at the equal ends of the table, either end of the table for these two. And here's the Irish Premier Division, Irish First Division I've alluded to. It's still a little early in the season to have any strong opinions just yet. Wait for 5 or 6 matches. Well, no, 7. So I'll wait till about 9, I think, until I start doing the research. But you can see who's the dominant forces, St. Pat's and Galway so far. Picking up the Elves, Bohemians, Cork City are on a poor run of draws at the moment. Is that a sequence you'd like to see end at some point? It's something managers hate, isn't it? Draws, because you're not losing, but you're not taking 3 points back with you. Irish First Division should see Kerry struggling, I would suggest, and possibly Dundalk on top. Yeah. So Dundalk and Cobh Ramblers dominating. I think Cobh Ramblers relegated from the top flight last season. And at the bottom, University College Dublin. I don't think there's a relegation zone here. So I don't know how that works. But the key is to get into these top 5 places. The form sides at the moment, Dundalk and Cobh Ramblers. So I do like looking at form, particularly when you're playing at home. Dundalk are away at the moment to UCD, who are bottom of the league. So that would be a potentially readable match in Ireland. Eerste Divisie equals goals. That's my only real angle in here. We're looking for plenty of goals, looking to take on 0-0s at half time. And just look out for matches like this one. Why are they such strong favourites away from home? Is it down to the standings? Is there motivating factors? Okay, it's a relegation 6-pointer. Adana Demirspor look as if they've had 12 points taken off them. So they're doomed, Mr. Mannering. That's why Kayserispor are such strong favourites. Have Adana Demirspor given up? Because it's a thankless task. 12 points taken off, -2. That's why Kayserispor are odds on. So it's nice to have that story in the background. Could suggest Adana Demirspor, the morale has just disappeared. Have a great day. Don't forget at this stage of the season, do check out the tennis. Wait for Monte Carlo to begin, because that's the first readable tournament for me. It's the first tournament you're going to see the big guns turning up. So at the moment it's clay dominant, and it will start getting major attention once we head to Monte Carlo. So have a great day. I know it's my day off, and I do like to take the day off. I spent yesterday, for example, getting rid of 3 or 4 Trojans that I found on my computer. Still not out of the woods yet. And if any of you are having any trouble with your computer, if it got a virus, I've got some free tools that you can use. So do get in touch. Have a great day. And if you fancy joining footballtradingprofits.com, stick that in your browser, and we look forward to seeing you if you want to come along. Summer months going to be a little quieter, but we've got plenty of mostly Scandinavian football. So if you'd like to join, or if you'd like the Trading Made Easy course, and I forgot to send the Premier League research Monday and Tuesday, it's just knocked off kilter by the days the Premier League was on, but I'll be back on form Saturday and Sunday. Have a great day, and I hope to see members a little bit later on, even if it is my day off.